What's up, everybody, and welcome to Lake Nona in the Orlando metropolitan area. On today's video, we're going to give you guys a tour of a neighborhood in Lake Nona. This is a fast-growing suburban area on the south side of Orlando, near the airport, kind of south and east also. Now, as I travel across America, I've never found a neighborhood where there's more electric vehicles than here. This is a very modern community, you could say, where people sip around in their little electric vehicles. People are very inconsiderate, rude, and disrespectful drivers here. It's interesting because I just did a video in Texas. The people in Texas, they think they're self-proclaimed rude drivers, but they ain't seen nothing. You'll meet some of the most Karen, in a rush type people here that you'll meet anywhere else. And earlier today, this lady's like rushing me. She blows a stop sign, and I think I'm gonna stop for her. But then she realized, oh, I'm in a tiny little plastic car, and this guy's in a 2500 heavy duty. I'm like, yeah, it's a big truck. You go ahead and crash right into it. So I love when I'm in these little places how they're all in a rush. You can see this pickup truck here. They slapped a little, they slapped a sticker on. It's got an orange sticker on the window, so you can kind of tell what type of Karen place you're dealing with. Where people, oh, you're probably not allowed to have a truck in this neighborhood or something, you know. But they're probably just working fixing somebody's house or something. But they come around and slap a violation on your windshield. This is definitely one of the most Karened out places I've ever seen anywhere in America. From road raging people that are in a rush to get somewhere, every last one of them's in a rush. Like, I'm gonna drive a little slow, watch this car. Most likely just gonna honk the horn at us in a heartbeat, like they're in a rush to get somewhere. Like, he's right on me. Literally, he's like 2 feet away from my truck. Go right ahead. But yeah, this is like the most Karen out place ever. People are super disrespectful. Now they backed up. They saw that big trailer hitch in the back or something. But it's just incredible how Karen out this place is. I mean, like, from the way people drive to the rush they're in to honking the horns, they'll blow stop signs and act like, you know. Here he goes, watch. See how fast he drove past just to be a jerk? So this is like the most Karen out place ever. Like, people are just, they're in a rush to get somewhere. Like, they'll put a sticker on your window. Oh, we're gonna give you a warning, you know, or a fine or whatever. I couldn't live in a place like this. Like, literally, my patience would not. I don't know how long I could last in a place like this before, like, I would just like flip out. It is definitely not for everybody. It is a pretty place, and there's a lot of these little electric vehicles. I'm gonna pull a U-turn here real quick. But I love the fact that I'm in this giant chunk of steel pickup truck. Because when they try to rush you, or they try to like use their car, like, you know, like whatever, then I just like sit there. And you're like, oh, I'm in this plastic Prius, and you're in this giant ball of steel. What are you gonna do about it, you know? All my cars have a giant trailer hitch on the back. Even the SUV's got a giant, like a 50-pound trailer hitch, like the ones they use for military vehicles. So here's the car behind us. He's totally in a rush. It's 25 and we're about 15, so I'm definitely going below the speed limit. It's just interesting how long it takes for them to like flip out. Hey, come back to me. That's where my heartache begins. This one wasn't rude at all. They just waited and let them pass. A lot of these people are just so snobby and Karen, you know? Katie, come back to me. I need you and I love you, Katie. Katie, come back to me. 'Cause that's where my heartache begins. it's really like I've traveled a lot of countries. That states like, and this area is like definitely outstanding in a few ways. One of which is just how many electric vehicles you'll see driving through here. Not many on this. I haven't seen too many today. Last time we were here, like, every other car was an electric. What do they call it? Teslas, Katie? Huh?
Yeah, Teslas.
Teslas, yeah. Oh, Teslas driving through here. So hey, it is a New York community. Fast growing area. Looks pretty. But it is definitely a particular type of person living here. And it's definitely the electric car driver, moved from California in a rush to get somewhere individual. It's definitely that type of place. And to each their own, I guess. There's just BMW, definitely in a rush. There's an electric car right there. Katie, come back to me. I need you and I love you, Katie. Katie, come back to me. 'Cause that's where my heart begins. I was cracking up earlier, like I had this person in this tiny little plastic looking Prius type of thing. And then they're like trying to rush me. I'm like, did you not see that I can run you over and eat you with my pickup truck? Katie, come back to me. I need you and I love you, Katie. Katie, come back to me. 'Cause that's where my heartache began. Heartache began. I knew I couldn't make it in the white man's world. So I moved back to Lehigh. Heartache began. There's a lot of Puerto Ricans out here. You can tell because of the cars they drive. I don't know where they get the body kits and parts to do these cars like that. They are really good at like making those cars look interesting. It ain't my thing. It's not something I would do to a car. It's not me. But I can definitely respect a good build, and I'm telling you, there's so much crap on the road here. They're definitely good builds. I mean, there's so much crap on the road here. Katie, come back to me. Cause that's where my heartache began. Heartache began. Katie, come back to me. I need you and I love you, Katie. Katie, come back to me. That's where my heartache began. No, another thing I want to mention. Seems very diverse in here, from what I can tell. See a lot of Spanish, African American, Asian. Seems very diverse. So it seems like a very safe, diverse place. Personally, I prefer to see these communities in crime and poverty. If you want to see them in a nice setting. Oh, did I just say that?
Oh my gosh, that's not...
I'm sorry, did I just say that?
Oh,
I'm just...
what
exactly?
I can't even process that, Jose.
I'm like, here's a bunch of Spanish and black people living good. It's not the way I like to see them living, but I guess there you go. No, because I'm not on one of my recent videos that I did about, you know, the R word, breaking that subject down. We got a lot of people that were like, they only live in bad places. They hold it important. No, like there's a lot of very nice, um, diverse communities all over the country. You just never been to them because you can't afford to put gas in your F950 and drive somewhere decent. But as you can see, it's a very nice. Um, I've had a lot of African American subscribers who asked me recently um, to recommend a place that's best for African Americans. I have an idea. I don't know. Because I don't know if you guys know that about 1/3 of our subscribers are African American or black in some way or another, maybe Haitian, Jamaican, Cuban, Puerto Rican, Dominican. And I really want to make this video of the best places for black people. And I'm struggling to come up with a list. I want to do the video because it's a very commonly asked question. Like, what are some nice areas that are African American communities? This is definitely a nice place. And what I've struggled with is that I don't really understand. Like, there's a lot of areas that have large African American communities, and they're affluent areas, but that doesn't just because there's a bunch of black people living in a really nice community doesn't mean that they feel comfortable there. You know, so I don't really know how I can, because to me, like, personal experience is a huge part of what I do, and I don't know what the personal experiences of those people that are living like that. Obviously, the only way to know would be to ask people. I think it's seriously rude to do that. So I've kind of struggled to drop that video, but the topic is on my mind of a video that I would want to make along those lines. It's the personal experience aspect of it that I have really struggled to compile that list and make it and put it out there. You know, because when we lived in Alabama, it's very nice suburban areas with a lot of African Americans. When you look at the general state, it's not really a place I would want to be, especially being African American. But it's just, I don't know. Like, I want to make the video for you guys. I just haven't really been able to kind of compile the list in a way that I feel comfortable, knowing that based off of personal experience, it's good. Because you go to a lot of places and you see some nice African American communities, and that's not many people don't know that. It's just dumb. Like in Maryland, there's an African American county. I think it's called Montgomery County in Maryland. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. If I'm right, say yes, you're right. If not, then just say you're wrong. But there's one particular place in Maryland that is practically like $100,000 is the average household income for that area. Yeah, it's mostly African American. So there are great African American communities out there. It's just, again, from the personal experience, and I can statistically draw it up, but what people are really looking for is feeling comfortable, and that is a difficult thing for you to gauge without personal experience. You know, from an outsider's point of view, and again, a large portion of GPS, St. Cloud, Florida, I start moving that way. From an outsider's point of view, which is really the only way I'll be able to make that video, that I know my subscribers are waiting for because they're asking me for it. A lot of them are asking me to do this for them, and I would say Broward County, Florida. Left here, right? Left.
You wanted to take the alley, but you can go.
It's a one-way alley. But I would say from an outsider's point of view, something like Broward County would make sense. Hey, waved at us. Hey. All right. I would say Broward County, Florida. Some parts of Palm Beach, like Jupiter, Palm Beach Gardens. Definitely this Lake Nona seems pretty nice.
Take a right.
See right here?
Yeah.
That's the electric vehicles I was telling you guys about. Some parts of Tampa would probably fit that category. In Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, I've seen a lot of places. But I would have to venture to say that I don't know how those communities, how the people feel. Like, for example, outside of Atlanta, I saw areas that were wealthy, African American, but I did talk to some people, and their sentiment was that they felt like the area's history and other social issues were just kind of too strong there. Stone Mountain comes to mind, where there's a Confederate monument on the side of a mountain in Atlanta, and the neighborhood's like 70% well-off African Americans, but there's still a giant Confederate monument overhanging the entire neighborhood, which is kind of a weird thing, you know. But I would say I'm thinking about that video, and if I can get some input from you guys, my subscribers, especially the ones that are African American in the southern region of the United States, I'd love to hear your opinions. I know out west it's not that big of a deal, too, right?
Yeah.
I know out west it's not that big of a deal, but it's definitely a big deal in this part of the country. I'd say New York City felt pretty good on that aspect.
You're gonna make a left right here.
There's definitely good places. I mean, I can think of 10 places I would left.
Yeah.
I can think of 10 good places to recommend. I just don't know exactly how the personal experience aspect of it would come into place for making that top 10 list if it wasn't for my subscribers who picking it. But that's why you're watching my channel, is because on our channel we try to show you stuff that other channels aren't showing you. And we are trying to kind of expand the mindset of our subscribers and help people, really. But hard to do that with close-minded people. But I feel like our channel has just a diverse audience. We've really done a good job of bringing diverse content and attracting a diverse amount of people to where we can help some people that are watching the channel that might live in a place that's more regional, to just kind of expand their mindset. And there are definitely a lot of really nice African American communities. South Carolina along the coast, I can think about a few things come to mind, but it's going to take oh, they don't have a stop sign, so I'll put a stop sign, my bad. It's definitely going to come down to our subscribers making suggestions about where they've lived and they've liked and they felt comfortable. It's one video project I'm working on. Again, it's like I already kind of have an idea what I want to put on the list. I'm just stalled out. This is gorgeous. On the other side of the road, there's a beautiful lake surrounded by what looks like oak trees and cypress trees. Beautiful lake. There's lakes all through here. I haven't got one on camera. There's one on the left here. There's like a sidewalk that goes between the homes and the lakes. And that sidewalk kind of has very shade. Lots of shade. As you can see, it's a beautiful place, and the Orlando area in general, it's beautiful out here. And they're building a lot around here. It seems to have better employment than many of the other areas in the state. Alright guys, I'm going to stop the video exactly at 20 minutes, I believe. So, but if you're watching my video, you're African American, and you know of areas where African American people tend to feel very comfortable, I would love to hear your input, because that's a video I want to make, and I got to get some feedback from you guys before I can drop that video. I'll call it the top 10 best places for African Americans in the South. Beautiful, beautiful neighborhood. I hope you guys liked the video. And it's not 1080, it's